Hey, this is HashBrownClown coming at you with my first YouTube video. This is going to be tips and trips for Lords Mobile. First tip would be to have only 1 to 2 barracks. Just because you're always going to have troops training and it's going to take the same amount of time per troop. You just train more at once for the higher amount of barracks and barrack level you have. And I'd rather have the manner boost, which gives you training speed. Alright, tip number 2 would be to only have 1 farm. You're constantly going to be having a negative upkeep in your food area, and you're not going to lose any troops from having 0 food. So you might as well just keep the 1 farm. You only need it to upgrade manners, so you don't really need it for anything else. Number 3 would be saving your speed ups for the solo and hell events. I'm looking at these. I can do almost anything for this one. This one here is research. So looking at those, if I have research, that'd be what I want to use my speed ups on rather than my construction right now. I really only use my speed ups on rushing my castle level because that's definitely going to give you the best boost in the game. It's getting that next tier of troops. Number 4 would be always do special events. They have huge rewards in this game. As far as the Spooktacular, we had a bunch of those. The Smashing the Pumpkin gave you a ton of, you can get gems, all kinds of different stuff. And you can always find those special events in your event section here, or the news. And number 5 would be to stack construction speed and research speed before initiating whatever project you're doing. I would put all my construction stuff on before initiating constructing this wall, 21 castle wall. And then you can switch it back to whatever you want after you've started it. It takes your initial boost rather than whatever you have on at the time. So right now I have 176.45% construction speed. So that's what I would use for that, and then I have some other armor that I would switch to if I were to start a research project. Number 6 would be to always rush to the next tier. Level 9, Castle 9, you're going to get Tier 2, 17 Tier 3, 25 Tier 4. Each of these tiers I've noticed in battle, like Tier 2 will be twice as strong as Tier 1, Tier 3 twice as strong as Tier 2, Tier 4 twice as strong as Tier 3. So it's definitely going to be beneficial to you if you're going to be fighting or defending to have a higher tier army. And number 6 or 7, you will fail if you aren't in a strong guild. See here, I'm in one of the stronger guilds on our server. But in a strong guild, you're going to have people constantly defeating these monsters out in the open. This was, 22:45 to 24. That was an hour and a half, or hour and 15 minutes. I already got all these. It's just free loot you get for your guild members finishing off a monster hunt or buying one of those packages with real money. Number 7 would be to always spend your energy and stamina. Now, if you're going for medals, of course, do the elite. If you're going for experience points or certain pieces of armor to upgrade your character, then do normal. But I'm spending mine to rank up my my characters here to the green level rather than the gray. As well as monster hunting, you're gonna get a lot of good loot from these. You can forge items with the loot that they do drop. And then you can also get random boosts. You can get, gems. Just looking at it, you can see for each one what you can get here at the bottom. Number 9 would be to Focus on a good army composition, and my favorite would be about 10,000 siege, 10,000 cavalry, and then the rest I would do 50-50 in infantry and ranged attack. The archers there. If you look in your castle, you can see your max army size, 110,000. That's how many you could send out in one go. If you have 220,000, I could send 2 full armies attacking 2 different people, or even the same person one after another. It's just you can only put 110,000 into one event at one time. And that's going to vary upon your castle level. My next tip would be to always invest in treasure trove. Upgrading this is going to get you higher interest rate and a higher deposit. But investing in this 30-day at the base amount gives you 85% interest. So I only put in 10,200, but I'm going to get 18,962 whenever this is all over. That's definitely a good thing for me, honestly, because I just spend my gems like crazy, and this way they're locked away, and I'm constantly making money on them. I'm not having to spend real life money on the game. And these gems were what I got from the those maintenance events. They give you thousands sometimes, depending on how long it'll be offline. Next tip would be to rush VIP 7 or 8. 7 is going to give you the auto admin, complete quests, and then 8 will give you auto guild complete quests. And really what that lets you do, instead of waiting this, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 8 minutes, whatever, you can instantly complete every single one. Like so. My next tip would be to save all of the guild coins you can. Sooner or later there's going to be something coming up like Guild Fest, or you're going to have a war with your guild. So yeah, I spent it trying to get away from a war. But here you can buy relocators, random relocators to help with your war. And then if you're rushing your castle level and you have a bunch of these saved up, you can go ahead and buy a bunch of 3-hour speed ups. But my advice would be to save as many as you can until you really know what you want to get. Because in the Guild Fest that came up just recently, I bought a ton of these quest scrolls, admin and guild, that refresh the amount of quests that you have in those. And that allowed me to get the 120 admin quests done in about 5 minutes, where it wouldn't have been possible in the 2 days that they gave you to do it. And my last tip would be to focus on researching your wall strength. It's going to give you a lot more than upgrading your wall. Right now, I'm upgrading my wall because I need to upgrade my castle level. But focusing on these wall strengths are going to give you a lot more. 23,000 for wall strength 1, level 9. And then if you look at the upgrade wall construction, it only gives you from level 20 to 21, 800 HP to your wall level. To your wall. And if you remember earlier, upgrading my wall in the academy would give me 23,000. It's going to be a longer time, but it's definitely going to be more worth it, in my opinion. My final tip would be to shelter your leader. I always keep mine sheltered. When I'm going to sleep, I shelter all my troops as well, but basically what I do is just put one troop in with my leader selected to keep them from being executed. Because when your leader is taken by another player, you lose all of these talent boosts. Your construction speed, your resource gather speed, research speed, max load, everything you have on your talent tree, and I believe your items as well, you don't get the boost from while your leader is away in the execution in the prison. And then that's it. Once again, this is HashBrownClown, and thanks for watching. Please rate, subscribe, and have a good one.